Emotion. We have three experienced emotions, which are fear, anger, and happiness. Emotions are our body's adaptive response. Theories of emotion are the James-Lange theory, the Cannon-Barth theory, and the two-factor theory. Emotions are a mix of physiological activation, expressive behaviors, and conscious experience. The common sense view of emotion is when you become happy, your heart starts beating faster. First comes conscious awareness, and then comes physiological activity. According to William James, we feel sorry because we cry, angry because we strike, and afraid because we tremble. Perhaps you can recall a time when your car skated on slick pavement. As it went out of control, you hit your brakes and regained control. Just after the fishtail ended, you noticed that your heart was racing and then shaking with fright. You felt the whoosh of emotion. Your feeling of fear followed your body's response. This idea was also proposed by physiologist Carl Lang. Physiological activity precedes the emotional experience. The Cannon-Barth theory implies that your heart begins pounding as you experience an emotion, and one does not cause the other. Walter Cannon thought the body's responses were not distinct enough to evoke different emotions. Physiologist Philip Bard concluded that physiological arousal and our emotional experience occur simultaneously. Like the James-Lange theory of emotion, Schnachter and Singer felt the physical arousal plays a primary in emotions. However, they suggested that this arousal was the same for a wide variety of emotions, so physical arousal alone could not be responsible for emotional responses. The two-factor theory of emotion focuses on the interaction between physical arousal and how we cognitively label that arousal. So, imagine you are alone in a dark parking lot walking toward your car. A strange man suddenly emerges from a nearby row of trees and rapidly approaches. The sequence that follows, according to the two-factor theory, would be much like this. 1. I see a strange man walking toward me. 2. My heart is racing and I am trembling. 3. My rapid heart rate and trembling are caused by fear. 4. I am frightened. The process begins with the stimulus, the strange man, which is followed by the physical arousal, rapid heartbeat, and trembling. Added to this, the cognitive label associating the physical reactions to fear, which is immediately followed by the conscious experience of the emotion fear. How many distinct emotions are there? Carol Izard isolated 10 such basic emotions, for example, joy, interest, excitement, surprise, sadness, anger, disgust, contempt, fear, shame, and guilt, most of which are present at infancy. Izard reported other emotions are a combination of these 10. People generally divide emotions into two dimensions. The two dimensions are arousal, which is high versus low, and valence, which is pleasant and positive versus unpleasant and negative. Fear can torment us, rob us of sleep, and preoccupy our thinking. However, fear can be adaptive. It makes us run away from danger, it brings us closer as groups, and it protects us from injury and harm. We also learn fear by observation. Susan Meinke experimented with 6 monkeys reared in the wild, all fearful of snakes, and their lab-reared offspring, none which feared snakes. After repeatedly observing their parents or peers refusing to reach for food in the presence of a snake, the younger monkeys developed a similar fear of snakes. When retested 3 months later, their learned fear persisted, suggesting that our fears may reflect not only our past traumas, but also the fears we learn from our peers. A key to fear learning lies in the amygdala. The amygdala plays a key role in associating various emotions, including fear, with certain situations. Anger is most often evoked by events that are not only frustrating or insulting, but also are interpreted as willful, unjustified, and avoidable. Blowing off steam can be temporarily calming, but in the long run, it does not reduce anger. expressing anger can actually make us angrier. People generally become angry with friends and loved ones who commit wrongdoings, especially if they are willful, unjustified, and avoidable. People are also angered by foul odors, high temperatures, traffic jams, and aches and pains. Cultural and gender differences. Boys respond to anger by moving away from that situation, while girls talk to their friends or listen to music. Anger breeds prejudice. The 9/11 attacks led to an intolerance toward immigrants and Muslims. The expression of anger is more encouraged in cultures that do not promote group behavior than in cultures that do promote group behavior. People who are happy perceive the world as being safer. They are able to make decisions easily and are more cooperative. Rate job applicants are more favorably and live healthier, energized, and more satisfied lives. When we feel happy, we are more willing to help others. Our positive moods rise to a maximum within 6 to 7 hours of waking up. Negative moods, more or less, are the same throughout the day. Over the long run, our emotional ups and downs tend to balance. Although grave diseases can bring individuals emotionally down, most people adapt.